I just want the world to know that I'm that girl. Pretty black cute, pretty black cute, pretty black cute, pretty black.
Hey y'all, what's poppin'? It's Najja Iman. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey girl, thanks for stopping by. If you're not new, hey babe, thanks for coming back. Today I'm going to be doing the long-awaited 10 things I learned in 2022 video. You guys definitely have been asking, so asking you shall receive. We finna get into what I learned last year. Okay, so the first thing that I learned in 2022 is that fear of looking stupid, quote unquote, is holding you back. I cannot tell you how many times I saw this quote on Pinterest, on Twitter, on Instagram, and every single time it would just be like yelling at me. I was talking to my therapist about this. Basically, she was telling me the fear of looking stupid is an irrational fear. Because why does my mind just automatically go to, if I do this, I'm gonna embarrass myself. If I do this, I'm gonna look stupid. If I do this, something bad's gonna happen. Always thinking of the worst possible scenario, the worst case scenario. Why? Maybe I won't look stupid. Maybe the worst possible thing won't happen. Maybe I will succeed at what I'm trying to do. My therapist basically told me to really think deeply about why I feel like I would embarrass myself by doing something out of my comfort zone. And honestly, when I really sat and thought about where that idea came from, I didn't have much of a cohesive answer. It was really just self-doubt talking, but self-doubt is irrational. Everyone on this planet is capable of achieving whatever they want to achieve if they believe that they can achieve it. And most of the time, if you don't believe that you can achieve something, you're the only person. 99% of the time, you're the only person that thinks that way. Most people aren't thinking negatively of me, my ability. You know, if I get up in front of a classroom and I start talking, the classroom ain't thinking about how slow I'm talking, how fast I'm talking, what my hair looks like, if I'm standing weird. You know what I'm saying? It's just irrational thinking that holds us back. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of brain space. It's a waste of mental energy. And I don't have time for it anymore. Kind of tying into that, the second lesson is that mistakes are necessary to grow. I'll be on Twitter a lot, and while Twitter is kind of toxic, there's another side of Twitter that's also very positive. I'm always reading inspiring quotes from people because I definitely do curate my feed. I think like the positive content that I see on Twitter definitely outweighs the negative, but y'all might think this is a joke, but I saw a Chief Keef quote. It was something like, failure is simply the opportunity to try again and improve, or something like that. I don't think anyone gets anything right the first time, because we aren't born into this world with an all-knowing power. We don't enter this world knowing every single thing. We have to learn. We have to try and try and try and face different lessons until we understand. How will we learn if we don't fail and try again? And that time when we try again, apply the lesson that we learned from failing the first time. You feel me? Nobody wants to fail. Nobody likes messing up. Nobody likes making mistakes. But realistically, we have to do that in order to grow. It's not like we're, you know, babied through life with someone teaching us exactly what to do, telling us exactly what next steps to take. Once we grow up and we break free from our parents' surveillance and care, we get thrown out into the world and we are on our own with very little guidance aside from spiritual guidance and maybe, I don't know, spiritual guidance. Like, that's it. The world is a very unkind place, and it spares no sympathy, it spares no grace. It doesn't care if you don't know anything. You're gonna have to learn, you're gonna have to figure it out, and that's okay. Why do we think that we have to be perfect? Who is perfect in this world? Like, realistically, nobody is perfect. So the fact that I would think that, the fact that I would feel so crushed after making a mistake, after doing something wrong, after messing up, it's crazy, because I'm gonna be making mistakes for the rest of my life. It's natural, it's normal, and those mistakes will only contribute to my growth. So Hannah Montana said it best: nobody's perfect, you live and you learn it. Some things I messed, what did she say?
Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it again to get it right.
Nobody's perfect, and that's fine. All right, on to the next point. I guess this kind of ties into the last point. I gotta stop being hard on myself. If I'm going to keep making mistakes, I have to fight those mistakes with positive affirmations instead of, you know, negative, defeating thoughts. Instead of beating myself up, I learned that I have to build myself up, build myself back up, encourage myself instead of kicking myself when I'm already pretty down. I was watching someone's video, like a self-help channel, and they framed the idea of positive self-talk really well. Basically what they said is you have to be kind to yourself and talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. If you wouldn't belittle, if you wouldn't down talk, if you wouldn't kick a friend when they're down, why would you do that to yourself? Really really think about the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you think about yourself. How would you feel? One, if someone else talked to you that way, and two, if you talk to a friend that way. It just doesn't work. And you can conceptualize that. I would never talk to a friend that way. I would never let a friend talk to me. I would never expect someone that calls themselves a friend talk to me in such a negative way. But you would do it to yourself?
Wait.
Why do we extend so much grace to everybody else, but when it comes to ourselves, we extend ourselves no grace? For why? I get wanting the best for yourself, just wanting to do better, to be better. But realistically, as I said before, mistakes are bound to happen. And that needs to be embraced because the negativity is so unhealthy. Okay, another thing I learned is that building community with women is more important than romantic relationships, than finding or chasing or desiring a romantic partner. That is the conclusion that I've come to. Our focus should not solely be on dating. It should not solely be on finding a man, a boyfriend, or whatever. And I feel like all throughout life, romantic relationships have been emphasized more than just genuine connections with people, genuine friendships with people, and especially genuine sisterhood with women. Existing in community with women is so refreshing. It's like no other experience, and I can only women, you know what I'm talking about, and I'm sure that men understand what I'm talking about as well. Women just bring a different perspective, a different essence to life, and I feel like it's just more important, maybe not more important, but as important to build community with women as it is to find a partner, a boyfriend. Like you cannot find a single piece of media that is solely focused on building friendship with women. There's always an element of romance. Not enough emphasis on sisterhood and friendships and just simple community with women. So men, love ya, but I'm not just excluding men from my life. That's not what I am trying to get at right now. But we don't pay enough attention, we don't give enough credit to the power that a sisterhood has. That's that. I'm trying my best to explain what's going on in my head, but it's kind of hard. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying though. The next lesson is, if someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Why see someone for their potential instead of who they are? No. If you're constantly showing me one thing, why would I believe another thing? I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, but in the context of romantic relationship. For example, let's just say a guy shows you that he doesn't care about you. Okay, got you. I heard you the first time. You feel me? Bye. Why force anything else? Why? Trying to prove yourself to someone is the biggest waste of time. The biggest waste of time, because you know your worth. God knows your worth. You're trying to do the most to show them who you are, to show them how amazing you are. It's not gonna change anything. I talked about this in my last video, my baddie chats. The word no is so powerful. It is a shield to protect you from things that you simply don't want to be a part of. I need to stop letting other people's needs and feelings come before mine. So I will be disappointing people this year by simply saying no. I'm gonna do what is best for me, and that's it. So sorry in advance, but I'm really not. Next lesson that I learned is that regardless of what my brain tells me, regardless of the amount of stress that I feel over a situation, 99% of the time I'm gonna be fine. Life with God is not a life of worry. A life with God is not a life of anxiety, of stress, of constantly worrying about the next thing that's gonna happen. Okay, there's two verses. I can't find the second verse, but the first verse is Proverbs 3:5-6, which I will put on the screen, but I will also read for those that like a little bit of audio visual effects. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Precisely. That's all I need to say on that one. Why worry when God has a plan laid out? Clearly, there's nothing to worry about. You're not walking this life on your own. God is right there next to you. He is right there, and he knows the plans that he has for you. In his mind, in his view, he sees everything laid out. He knows what will happen. He knows how everything will play out. Therefore, there's no reason to stress over tomorrow, what tomorrow may bring. There's another verse that says something along the lines of, God feeds the birds and the animals of the world. why wouldn't he also take care of you, a physical human? Are you not as important as the birds and the fish and the animals on this planet? So why worry? I'll find the verse. I really don't remember what verse that is, but it's just something that I definitely keep with me. Okay, I don't think I have 10 lessons this time, but I don't know what number I'm on. The next thing that I learned is that I can never get too comfortable where I'm at because there's always more to do, and complacency can be one's biggest downfall because life moves like this, and if you're not moving with it, you're gonna get left behind. So it's crazy to think about, but life and time, it literally doesn't stop for anyone. So how arrogant would it be to think that I can stop doing what I'm doing? I can stop putting in work. I can lose motivation. I could just become comfortable and expect the ball to keep rolling. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You have to meet God halfway. You can't expect him to bless you with things if you're not putting in the work to get those blessings. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? You have to do some sort of work. You can't get comfortable like this is God working and you're just sitting here like this. No, you have to meet him halfway and put in the work to get to where you're trying to go. So yeah, tying into that, I have to push myself daily because nobody else will. God wants me to succeed, but it's not like he can come down here and talk to me, right? I wish, but that's not the case. So I have to affirm myself, positively affirm myself every day and show up for myself daily instead of getting comfortable, too relaxed for my own good. And lastly, this kind of ties in with the last two, so I guess this is just like a 3-in-1, but positive affirmations do work. Positive affirmations in the form of prayer, in the form of mantras, in the form of affirmations, plainly, they work. And as I said in the beginning, negative affirmations, I don't even think that makes sense. That's probably contradictory, but negative thoughts, they also work too and manifest the same way that positive affirmations manifest. So every day we have to silence our inner critic. Whenever I notice it creeping up, just shut it down, because the more I let it linger, the greater effect it will have on my mind. And we don't want that. We don't want anything, any negativity, any toxicity brewing in us. Literally, there's no room for that in 2023. No room at all. So what I started doing is placing positive affirmations, positive messages on post-it notes, and I put those on my mirror, both in my room and my bathroom, so that whenever I look in the mirror, which is very often, I can be reminded of something positive. I recommend that you guys do it. I put, you know, messages like Bible verses, motivational song lyrics, cute, funny phrases. I have only been doing this for a few days, but I already noticed some sort of upliftment happening, so I definitely recommend that you guys also put some post-it notes with positive affirmations on your mirror or your fridge or anywhere that you are constantly in front of, so that you can, I don't know, just feel better about yourself and just uplift yourself, because we all need a little bit of uplifting. So yeah, that was pretty much what I learned last year. I know for a fact will benefit me this year, because I'm definitely gonna put them into practice. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Very quick, simple, insightful. I hope you learned something. Let me know what you guys learned in 2022, because I'm very curious. Let's spread the wisdom, let's share the wisdom in the comments, and yeah, I'll talk to y'all on my next video. Love y'all. Bye.
Get in your bag. Sashay away. Pretty far what?